future me will thank current me for finally doing this. Well, what is this? This is exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this video today. I'm sharing how a long-term vision has been the key to creating the life that I love and the next version of the life that I love. I'm going to break down the two biggest mistakes that have kept me stuck. And I'm also going to share with you three ways that I'm updating my strategy to accomplish some of my big dreams this year. Hey, I am Marsha Dot. I'm a lifestyle coach for Black women, and I help us learn to work less and live more. By teaching vision and life skills, I help you design a life that looks as good as it feels because we are so much more than our job titles and the roles that we play. So if you're on that same wavelength, I would love for you to subscribe, like, and share this video with another Black woman who's on the same wavelength too. So I would imagine if you're watching this video, you've been the person that at the end of the year, it's like September, October, and people are talking about how there's only 60 days left to the end of the year. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got to pull out my vision board. I forgot all about it. I haven't been working on the things. What am I going to do? I'm behind. If you are that person, then this video is specifically for you because I understand. And here's why that happened. You probably put a bunch of pretty pictures on a vision board and you were like, yes, I want that. I want that. That looks good. I can't wait to have that body. I can't wait to be on that yacht. I can't wait to take that trip. I can't wait to have that job. You had all of these things that you were like, yes, I love that. But a lot of those things you really didn't think past the part of putting it on the vision board. So is that you? Are you that person that created the vision board and then never really used it again the rest of the year? If it is, no shade, no shame, shame off. I'm not judging. I've been that person. That happens to me as well. But I want to show you a couple things that I have changed to make that different for myself. And I want to show you a couple more things on top of that. Here's what I discovered. There are two main reasons why vision boards fail. Number one, they're not connected to your overall vision. When life starts lifing and you get off track, you don't have any connection back to how this is changing your life in the long run. And you feel disconnected from that picture. You're like, I don't know that I actually want that. Was the universe telling me that that's not for me? We start to second guess those things because we don't have it connected back to our long term vision. Then the second mistake is that once we get off track, we don't figure out how to get back on. So you might have been the person that put pictures on your vision board and looked at them every day for the first month. But then something happened and you fell off, but you never got back on. Or maybe you even looked at it for 6 months, but you never got back on. We have to have a practice that keeps us connected to our vision board in order to keep working towards and stay on track to actualizing the things we want to manifest. So, with that being said, here are the three things that I am doing a little bit differently about how I actualize my dreams in 2025. Now, this first one, it's not so much of a change, but something that I'm continuing to do. I am going to continue to create my long term vision and make sure that I connect my things that I'm doing for this year back to that long term vision. So, the way that I like to do that is I make sure that whenever I'm creating my goals, my aspirations for this year, I have a copy of my vision board on one side and the piece of paper that I'm brainstorming those goals, those visions, those plans on the other side. When I'm doing that, I have both of those in front of mine and I'm making sure that every new goal or accomplishment that I'm working to create in this year are connected back to that because it helps me remember I'm not just doing something for the heck of checking it off the list. This is actually changing my life. This is creating the lifestyle that I want. And it keeps me very well connected to that. So the second thing is something I'm tweaking about how I've worked on accomplishing my goals. This year, instead of creating annual goals, I'm creating annual objectives. I think a lot of people would use the word objective and goal interchangeably, but I'm going to tell you that a goal and objective are two different things. And here's the reason why. A goal, you've heard everything about a SMART goal. It has to be specific, measurable, relatable, and time bound. While I'm not against that, I feel like the fact that our time bound tends to be a year out decreases the sense of urgency to get things done. And I want to make sure that I'm staying on my toes to get things done, but I still want to have some milestones, some pins dropped in the map to let me know that I'm going in the right direction. And so my objectives are going to be those pins that I'm dropping in the map that are like, okay, that's the long term vision that I'm accomplishing over there. And these are pins that I'm going to make sure I make pit stops at on the way to make sure I'm on the track to get there. So here's a way that I want you to think about an objective. An objective is something that is very descriptive. After you read that objective, you can ask yourself, did I accomplish this? Yes. Or did I accomplish this? No. If you can't accomplish it with a yes or no, then that means you have not been descriptive enough about what you want to accomplish. But I also would say creating an objective is easier than creating a goal because an objective makes you actually stop and think about what do I really want? More than just saying, I want freedom, it makes you ask yourself, what does it look like to have freedom? Does freedom mean that I get to leave work whenever I want to? Does it mean that I get to live anywhere I want to? Does it mean that I can just go to the bank and steal a whole bunch of money and nobody is going to think I'm stealing it? I'm being a little facetious, but the goal is that there's a difference between saying I want freedom and then choosing a tangible version of what that looks like. An objective is that you're making it tangible and something that you can easily say yes or no that I've accomplished. It doesn't have to be directly measurable. It's just something that you can say yes or no to. Okay. So then the third thing, and this is the thing that's a completely new vibe for me, and I'm very excited about this. Instead of creating my vision board for the year, I'm creating my vision board for the quarter because when you create your vision board for the year, you lose this sense of urgency. You get really excited about it at the beginning, and then life starts happening, and you don't have enough action steps to keep you going throughout the year. You don't have your habits and your routines. You don't have a detailed enough plan to keep staying on track throughout the whole year. And not only that, a lot can evolve and change over the year. Now that I have my annual objective, I can take that annual objective and break it down to just what are the things that I think that I can accomplish in this first quarter. And I want to make a vision board just about that. If the longer goal is to lose 30 pounds, maybe in this first quarter, I just want to lose the first 10. Maybe instead of talking about how much weight I want to lose, I actually say, I want to increase my activity level and I want to drink more water. I'm talking about all of these tangible things that I want to accomplish. And then I break that even further down into habits and routines that I can schedule in my calendar. The main thing that's changing was that instead of having this timeline where this was things that I worked on over the year, I'm focusing my efforts and the mindset to get these things done in this first quarter. And then when the quarter ends, I can take a step back, look at all the things that I've worked on, make sure that it's still connected to my annual objective and to my 10-year vision. If I'm still on track, I could keep moving forward and make the next milestone, the next set of goals, the next vision board for the next quarter to keep me on track to that annual objective. The reason I switched things up was because even though I'm an extremely productive person, I'm high achieving, I get lots of things done. Sometimes I still find myself being frustrated that some goals just fly out the window. I get disconnected, I get detached from them. And this is going to help me keep a sense of urgency among all the things that I set up for my quarterly vision board because I'm going to now break it down into now that I have my plan, every quarter I'm going to reconnect back to it. So that's the other part of this, not just bringing it to a quarter time frame, but then it reminds me, okay, I finished the first quarter. I've kept my urgency the whole time. Now it's time to reconnect back to it, reflect on it, and keep moving forward. So I don't want to spend another year. I actually don't even want to spend another quarter feeling like I've been treading water. I've imagined that that's been you too. You get to the end of the year and you're like, man, how did I end up at the end of the year? And it feels like this again, where I'm still behind. That's why I'm making this shift from this annual mindset to a quarterly mindset. And I'm really excited about the progress it's going to help me make. You might be ready to create a vision board. If that is you, then I want you to take a second and watch this series right here. This is my Vision Board with Me series. I'm going to walk you through all the steps on how to create a vision board. Once you get to the part of creating the vision board, I want you to change the mindset of instead of creating the vision board for a year, create it for a quarter. Future you is going to thank you for the work that you're doing right now. Let's make her proud together. All right. Thank you for watching.